What's up, y'all, and welcome back to Okay, so before I even get into this episode, I just want to go ahead and say that this episode may be triggering for some people. This is my public service announcement, my PSA. This may be a very triggering video. I'm being completely honest. I know I've said this for a few videos, but this video is truly a burden for me. I have been dreading making this video since the Holy Spirit told me to make this video. However, I know that the outcome from this video is going to lead to my deliverance and the deliverance of others as well. So that's why I'm here making the video. I really truly honestly don't even know where to start. I typed out my PSA because, like I said, this is a hard video for me. I'm a little anxious to make this video, so I'm gonna just read my PSA, and anything that the Holy Spirit tells me to tweak within the PSA, I'll do that. Anything that the Holy Spirit wants me to say, add to this PSA that I typed up, I would do that as well. So, but before I get into the PSA, remember I want to say, as I say every single video, if anything I say offends you, don't take it up with me. Take it up with God, the Holy Spirit, Jesus, on your own personal time. Because I can't do anything about it. I am simply just a mouthpiece for the Lord. I'm just someone that the Holy Spirit speaks through, right? Anything that offends you, you need to take it up with the Holy Spirit, with God, with Jesus in your own personal time. Because I'm just a mouthpiece. I'm just being obedient, right? So, yeah. And I also want to encourage you guys, as I do in every single video, always test the Spirit. Always have your own personal relationship with Jesus, with the Holy Spirit, with God. Because having that relationship, having that time, that daily time that you spend with Him, that's going to help you test the Spirit. That's going to increase your discernment. And you need discernment. You always need to test the Spirit. Test the things that come out of my mouth. Test everyone's spirit. Test mine and test everyone else's. When it comes to prophetic words, don't just take prophetic words. Don't even just take stories. Don't claim anything if you have not taken it to God, right? And this is not a prophetic message or anything like that, but I still feel the need to tell everyone, especially during this season and this time that the world is in, just remember to always test the Spirit, right? So yeah, to my PSA. On this episode, the Holy Spirit has directed me to speak on a topic I honestly wanted no parts in. I will be discussing childhood traumas I've experienced. I will be inserting my own personal stories, and I will be trying to be extremely vulnerable with you guys. Many of the stories that you hear today and throughout my journey, because I'm pretty sure this won't be the only time that the Holy Spirit has me speak on this. My vulnerability may cause listeners to feel uncomfortable, upset, angry, and there may even be a few of you who don't believe what I have to say, and become offended by what the Holy Spirit leads me to say. However, my intentions for speaking up is strictly an act of obedience. I hope my obedience and vulnerability can encourage others to share their stories as well. Speaking up is nowhere near easy. However, the burden of taking it to the grave is much heavier. Feel free to comment your personal stories in the comments or DM the podcast Instagram anonymously. I ask that any general questions regarding this topic that you may have be submitted or DM'd into the podcast Instagram page. Outside of this platform, I have no plans to discuss anything mentioned on these next few episodes. So I ask that you respect my boundaries as this is just an act of obedience, and even with it being an act of obedience, it is not easy to speak about. It's something I just genuinely just don't want to talk about, right? So please don't ask me any personal questions. However, any questions that you have, they need to be submitted they need to be DM'd or submitted into the Instagram podcast page. I will not be answering any questions in the comments. You can comment your personal stories in the comments, or send them in anonymously, or send in testimonies anonymously, or comment them. However, I won't be answering any questions in the comments. All questions need to be sent in via the personal Instagram page through DMs, right? And I will not be answering any personal questions. To those who know me and watch my podcast, do not ask me any personal questions. I will not be answering any personal questions regarding anything that I have said on this podcast. I have literally, I've dealt. And if I haven't dealt with it, I am dealing with it. So I don't want to answer any questions. I'm not going to answer any questions. And I just ask that you all respect that. So yeah. And also, I want you guys to understand that my situations and vulnerability and my stories may look completely different from others. In fact, some things I don't really remember. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But I want to again let y'all know that some stories that I speak on, they may be told in a joking fashion. That may, in my jokes, my way of coping, my vulnerability, it may trigger you. It may upset you. However, this is how I get through my trauma. This is how I deal with my trauma, my stories, my personal experiences. I can't tell you how to deal with your trauma. You can't tell me how to deal with mine. If I want to tell my story from a joking matter, if I want to kiki and laugh about my trauma, understand that it has nothing to do with you. Understand that because this is going to be a heavy topic, I won't be releasing the first episode today. This is the episode for today. Me just, this public service announcement and this trigger warning is the episode for today. I need time to sit with the Holy Spirit. I need time to process all of this, and I also like to get ahead, so I'm going to record today, take today to record and edit. And again, this is because I'm having to talk about this in real life, and some of these are my real stories, and some of the topic that I talk about today I've experienced firsthand. I need time to sit and edit this, right? This is not easy for me. Some topics come easy for me to speak about, others don't. This is one of the ones that doesn't. So this is today's episode. Today's episode is my public service announcement, and me just announcing that these next few episodes could possibly trigger people. They trigger me. Okay? So you can expect the first episode on this topic to be released tomorrow, to be uploaded tomorrow. I don't know what time. Whatever time that the Holy Spirit leads me to upload it, it'll be uploaded. And I will let you guys know when it is uploaded. However, today, the topic will not be uploaded today. This is today's episode. So, yeah. Bye! Yo, so quick little break before we get into the next video. I just wanted to, number one, I have to be obedient and do what the Holy Spirit is telling me to do. He told me to come back and make it into each video, so that's what I'm going to do. The Holy Spirit had me create a Go Fund Me, and it helped me move into my resting place, which is the home in which he has called me to. Yeah, he had me make a video on it, which is on my personal YouTube account. So if you want to know how this came about, you go watch this video. That's located on my personal YouTube account. But he had me create a GoFundMe so that I could raise money to help me move into my home. So if you guys would like to sow a seed and help me to move into my home, the link to my GoFundMe and the link to my Linktree will be in the description box down below, and I will probably put it in the comment section as well, and you can just copy and paste those links into the URL and go from there. And I just want to say that to those of you who sow, and to those of you who, even if you don't sow financially, you're just here just watching this video, I'm very thankful, and I want to thank you guys. So yeah, until the next episode, bye.